So I will just present you the search string that are in the chapter that is here. Okay. So we're here. And I will just copy paste them so that you will be able to do that also with this material. So the first one is I want to retrieve the highway or the waterways or the land use residential or place. Okay. For me, I retrieve all the data of interest more or less for UN maps. Highways, waterways, residential land use, not any kind of land use, just the residential ones, and the places. And of course, I need I need first to I don't know, a specific area that would I don't know if you want to send that. Okay, you want to validate this area, for example. Result again. So if you click on build query, it will appear here, and you can change, for example, you can move the map, etc. If you build and create and execute, it will do the thing immediately. Okay. So you can see the script, node NWR for node ways relation. Highway, waterway, here a specific tag, actually, not just the complete key and place. And if I click on download, okay. And I have all these. Let me see where am I? Bing. No, cyclist. Bing, for example, up. Okay. Oh no, yes, sorry. My bad. I forgot to select. Of course, in JOSM that's different from Overpass. You need to select, of course. So back in Somalia, I was here, for example. It's not just about zooming, but you need also to create the pink area. Okay. So again, I will now download here. And if I here I only have the highways, the waterways, and the place and residential area. Okay. Then if I put the OpenStreetMap standard, you can see there's a lot of land use objects that have not been downloaded. There is no building in that area, but there's still a lot of objects have not been downloaded. And it's just a partial extraction according to the query we used. I can, for example, retrieve the data of a specific contributor. Okay, you can see if I'm selecting the object, I have the author. I can even select everything. I have a list of all the authors ranked by the number of objects. Okay. And for example, if I'm interested to know what this person made in this area, I can also create an Overpass query for that. Okay. So let me just, I would create a new layer, and I will do a new query that. So her name was here. The name was, forgot. My bad. Sorry, it was Pelusa. Pediza. Okay, with capital P. So maybe I would like for one person. Let's see if there's anything have been made there. You can see from the chapter that you need to adapt the string. OSM account case sensitive, of course. You need to put this bracket if there is some space or accent in the username. But here, Pediza, I could retrieve the bracket, for example. Okay. So here, build query is a bit different. It just node ways and relation for this specific user, and my bbox being the pink area. And now if I download, I will have only what this person made. Okay, and we can see there is a lot of generally there are tracks, path. What kind of object do you have? Track path, and yeah, that's it. Mostly about only road network, and that's the nodes of them. Okay, in different areas. For example, in other trainings, for the one with beginners, there was a requirement to map a certain number of objects to get the final certification. And I use this kind of Overpass queries to figure out what the students, let's say, really mapped. Okay. There also an interesting kind of of queries is the newer one. That means you want to retrieve the data that has been done from a specific date. Here you have the year, the month, the day, and even here the hour. And you need actually to respect this exact format. But if I want to, so I don't know if there is a lot of things. Maybe I would do, well, for example, let's say what has been made in the last 2 months in Mogadishu. A result, 2 months. So we are 20th, March 20th. So 24 would be January. January and 20th. Okay. Query. So everything and you were relations from this specific date. Download that in a new layer. Okay. So there is an addition regarding the administrative boundaries of the country. And you can see there is some edits here and there. Okay. And you can see from the authors, it's one, especially one of the internal mappers of UN Maps, and also, but also the people. Okay, and here if I double click, the Fabi was made that. Okay, and GIS pilot was here and there. Jirachi was more this. I think that's the UN compound. I guess this person. That's the one who edited actually the national boundaries. Okay. So the next example is to retrieve the data using a boundary, like I made the very first example with Togo. And before start doing that, it's maybe useful to check if this boundary exists or not. To do that, you can use the when you click on downloads, you have areas around places. Again, you can check on nominatim. Okay. In the example, it was the city of Butembo in DRC. Okay. So here you can see there is Butembo, the place, as a type, but there's also a boundary. So what we are looking for is there's a boundary. Okay. If I put, one city close to where I live, Nazare. Not sure there is a boundary. Nazare, okay, exit. Visit. Bahia, okay. Okay. Boundary administrative. So that would also work. So back to our example with Butembo. Here, for example, can be, remember the one I made with the pharmacy in Togo. Here it will be highway or waterway in Butembo. Okay, we'll build the query. Okay, so once again, we have the search area defined here. And I will download that as a new layer. And we have that. That should be a bit similar to the screenshot I put in the chapter, but I guess it will be maybe a bit more detailed now because it was a few months ago, and the OSM data is more generally improving over the time. Okay. And all the criteria we saw, they can be combined. That put you the last example here. It was query wizard. You can put, for example, I want highway waterways made by this user. I need to obviously to change OSM account case sensitive, and you were to a specific date in that area, cities, etc. You can combine them. What I forgot to show you is actually regarding the instance we used. Don't remember where this is. Data validator. OSM, no. Program. Overpass. Okay. By default, you can see actually there's in the user interface we cannot choose. There's not a drop-down list to to choose the overpass instance we want to use. Is, for example, is for any reason there is a maintenance for the German instance that actually the default one, you may want to use one another one, the one that was there. So you need actually to go to the advanced preferences. You search Overpass here. Okay, you can see you can choose here the server you want. I don't know. There's two lines, the server and servers. There's two instances. I don't know actually how they. I mean, if there is this is kind of backup. If this one doesn't work, I don't know why it's duplicated. Okay. So if that doesn't work, you can change here, at least temporarily. So I have a few questions. So I think before going further, so Luis Miguel Sanchez, can I download by creation or modification date? Yes, I think so. I think you can replace newer by date, if I'm not wrong. Oh, okay, and base, yes. And Raquel provided the answer. Actually, then I think we are. I was right, and that's the date. So I just put here. Okay. So specific date you have that, and you can also have then differences between two dates with the diff. Be interested. Okay. I just presenting. I mean the basics of Overpass, the queries I feel are the most interesting for our purposes. But of course, as you could see, there's a very long list of specific queries, so you can dig on that. There are also some presentation made in the state of the maps, let's say the last couple of years, focusing on a specific. Yes, it was just 1 or 2 hour session about regarding Overpass in the world or regional state of the maps. So you should be able to find that on YouTube if you search Overpass if you really want to know more about this technology. Okay. Back to the chapter. So the chapter and logics was to present the queries and then to start a request. So I made that after I did that for every search query example already. Here there is a proposal of a workflow if you want to check and correct the data in JOSM with an overpass layer. Okay. It's really better to avoid editing an overpass data layer. Okay, directly. Regarding the tags, it should be actually okay, but I would say it's better to avoid it in any case, just to be sure to make the thing properly, to divide every time. Okay, I retrieve data to Overpass. That's for analysis. If I want to correct the data because I found some mistake, I want to correct them myself. It's better actually to have a proper editing layer for that with all the objects. That's the idea. Okay. So the workflow, okay, that is explaining in the text, and there's an example here. Okay, I will run the video and comment it. So here I should be able to stop. Okay. So in that example, it was about, I think, the residential areas. I would like to have a better quality. I don't know, so maybe go in the YouTube version. We have all the okay. Okay. So first step, I use the query wizard. Put my search string. In my case, it would be residential areas and highways. And that's the data in this area. And here, for example, here you can see the layer is renamed, so that I know it's an overpass layer. And I right click again, I will discourage the upload. Okay. So if by mistake I activate this one and I want to upload it, I would have a warning. So I'm adding the imagery. And now I will make a specific search. In this case, that's something that very specific example that we will see in the validation workflows later. That's a kind of a long search string. Basically is to check if there is some common nodes, some intersections between the highways and the residential land use. And that should not happen. So we'll see if there is some exist in that area. And if they exist, we want to correct them. So, and you can see here, there's the search found 8 nodes. So again, I was a bit fast. To process that, I mean, the best tools to do it is the to-do list. Okay, so that selection, I put it in the to-do list, and I will process all of them. Okay, the first one, double click, I zoom directly on it, and you can see there's this intersection between this residential area. Okay. So I do not actually upload, edit directly this area, the overpass layer. You can see I downloaded a small area around this this node, and then I can use, it was the unglue tool to detach the node from the highways. And here, because there was some, we don't know, there was 2 residential areas distinctive. It was very close. I think they just one and single one. And so I download again the area around the 2 of them, and I will merge them. Okay. Just an example to show you that sometimes you are cleaning a specific object and you see that an obvious errors, mistake that you can actually fix very quickly. So here, these 2 separated residential land uses that made no sense. I made just one single one by merging the 2 existing ones. Okay, and now I will upload these changes, and when it's done, I will actually trash this layer. There was just an editing layer over that area, and now I'm back to the overpass to detect, to go to the next issues I identified. Okay, and again, I will download as a new layer. Here I have all the objects, and I can correct. Okay, and glue again and again. So back on the chapter, back in the chapter, that's exactly what has been described here. You download the Overpass data, you perform your validation check, okay? And you put them in the to-do list. One first things to be corrected, you zoom on it, and then you click on the download button, but you download from OSM. With this new layer, the second layer, you is the one you will edit. You made all the necessary correction, you upload, and you delete the layer, and you pass to the next issues to be fixed. And then from here, you start again to the validation step. And that's a loop until you finish all the objects in your to-do list. Okay? Is there any question? No, currently not. So of course, this would not apply if your validation is within a tasking manager project. You have just an area, one of or a few squares. Generally, there are squares. But if your aim is to validate out of the tasking manager, and specifically regarding different kind of map features, but not all the data in OpenStreetMap, using Overpass, it's actually a good way.